So NaLyssa Smith is a player that is really good at what she does, but is really bad at what she doesn't do well, which is a big problem with half of the Fever team. Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, freaking NaLyssa Smith are all good at what they do, really bad at anything else. Before we get on to things, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 17,000, or not 17,000, jeez, we're not going to hit anywhere near that today. We're trying to hit 16,200 today. It's been a kind of slow day so far, so it is what it is. Not much to clickbait today, but yeah, either way. So, NaLyssa Smith has got the best touch on the team. She's got the best touch on the Indiana Fever around the basket, and there have been games this year where she has looked unplayably good. She has genuinely looked unplayably good at times this year. And I'll say it, like, what she can do on the floor is something that, not even that she's irreplaceable, but she can just give you 20. She can give you 20 on any given night. And her ability to score is, like, almost as good as anyone at that power forward position. The problem is that she's only averaging 11.5 a game. And I get it. She's not touching the ball as much as she did. She has some really good games, as you can see in just some of her last games. Like, she had 21 against the Dream, where she was good. But then 12, 12, 12, 3 solid games, and then 5 against the Aces. As well as that, obviously, against the Aces, she was she missed 5 or 7, 6, or she was 1 of 7 from the free throw line, which is a little bit of a problem for a player. But it's not even that. It's like, if you ever watch NaLyssa Smith play, everything she does is in slow motion. Everything she does is in slow motion. She plays like like, her offensive game feels like Kyle Anderson's. Like, if she shoots the ball, the pump fake is really slow wind-up pump fake, slow wind-up jump shot. She gets the ball under the basket. It's never like, when she gets hit under the basket, it's never turn quick, score. It's always, I'm taking a dribble, I'm going in, I'm doing something slow. But her hands and touch are so good that she can get away with it. Honestly, she can get away with it at times. She's that level player. And this isn't the video, obviously, knocking NaLyssa Smith's offense, because I think that in certain situations she could be unbelievable. But it's like, she is the worst defender I've ever seen in play basketball at the professional level. And like, look, this is a terrible defensive team. This is a bad defensive team. Like, Aaliyah Boston is a good defender. Don't get it twisted. Aaliyah Boston's a good defender. Temmie's not terrible. Caitlin Clark is not a good defender. Again, not literally the worst defender in the world. She's not a good one. Kelsey Mitchell's awful. But I've never seen somebody who has all the ability in the world to play defense be as bad as NaLyssa Smith is. Like, she's an unbelievable rebounder, especially on the defensive end. She's a really good rebounder. She doesn't box out. So if she's coming up against like an Angel Reese, she'll get killed. But she's strong, but has no ability to use her body. It's so weird. Like, we saw Angel Reese just seal her and pin her every single time and go at her. All she wants to do is block shots. Like, she will literally jump and turn her body. Every single time someone runs near her, she turns her body. She turns her body. It's a foul every single time. All you have to do, if I was the other team, I would run at NaLyssa Smith every single possession. Because, yeah, she might block you 3 times, but she's going to pick up 6 fouls like that. She's going to pick up a foul every single time. Throw a pump fake, she's in the air and turns her body. I have never seen NaLyssa Smith once use the law of verticality just to try go up. I've never seen NaLyssa Smith once put her body between her player and the basket. Every single time she's in a post-up situation and the opponent goes up, she literally jumps and turns. She fouls every single time. She's lucky to not be caught for as many fouls. She gets her back turned every single possession. Because I don't know what it is. Is it she's scared of contact? Is she like, does she think, has she been told blocks are good defense? But it's like, it's scary. Off the ball, she gets sealed every possession. Like, she just literally runs around out there like she's never played defense before. And the worst part is that this is like good player, wrong team. This is always one of your situations where it's like good player, wrong team. Because, look, what NaLyssa Smith does well, there are not that many players in the WNBA that are as good as her, that just have that like soft touch around the basket. There really aren't. And I'm telling you, there are not that many players. So this is not like a Alyssa Smith is a bad player video. But like Christy Sides coming out and telling her she doesn't see where Alyssa Smith fits in as part of the team. That is ridiculous. But also, I kind of get it. I don't know the way trades work, but if you can have a win-win trade with somebody else and make some sort of a deal where you can get maybe a first-round pick for Alyssa Smith, or if you don't go in the lottery this year, if you're able to find a way, with the way contracts are, of trading Alyssa Smith and and whatever pick you get, if you get the 5th pick, Alyssa Smith and 5 to trade up to 3, so that you're getting one of the big 3. You're getting one of Morrow, Kiki, or Paige. Something like that wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. But I think even when it comes to the expansion, I assume you have to keep Alyssa Smith because of her talent level. But it's so frustrating watching her, because you're looking at a player who is all-star potential. It's just, the problem is she's so bad on defense that she needs to be hidden on defense. The problem is that the Indiana Fever have 3 players on the floor at all times who need to be hidden on defense. No matter what, at all times, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Alyssa Smith have to be hidden on defense. Erica Wheeler's not a great defender, doesn't have to be hidden. Lexi Hull doesn't have to be hidden. Christy Wallace doesn't have to be hidden. None of them are great defenders. Aaliyah Boston's a good defender. But... And I don't know what the hell they've done with Demira Stantas. Like, what? She genuinely looked like... I know she hasn't played in a while. She looked like she'd won a competition to be a WNBA player in the last game. But, yeah. It's always a weird one looking at Alyssa Smith, because the talent is there. I think that you put her... Like, if you put Alyssa Smith on, for example, a Connecticut. If you put her on a Connecticut Sun... and she comes off the bench, she's like 6th woman of the year. Because if you surround her with players that are going to get her the ball where she needs to score, if they're playing defense around her and she can come on and go get hers at some boards, she's 6th woman of the year. If you put her even on a decent defensive team, like a Lynx, and you tried to start her, she's probably pretty decent. She'd be decent with a team like that. It's just the Indiana Fever have a big issue where there are 3 players you have to hide on defense, and you can't hide 3. You can hide 2 sometimes. You cannot hide 3. And like, there's a reason why the team looks better with Tammy Fagbenle playing. Although one thing I would like to see Christy Sides try out is Alyssa Smith at the 3. I know she does everything in slow motion, but she can play. She shoots the ball. She can play on the perimeter. I wouldn't mind seeing them go ultra big to make sure they just win the boards. Either way, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one seeing what happens. But Alyssa Smith is just I'm so confused watching her play. Every time I play, and this isn't even about the free throws. She hit the free throws yesterday, great. But like, she's just such a confusing player to watch.